Yo, I'm Justin Clancy. This is not genius in any way, shape, or form. This is a lyric breakdown for Noose. So it's like, they love a pretty mind but hate the ugly parts. I've been running from the same thing I'm running towards. They say before you fall in place, you gotta fall apart. Now I can't draw a perfect circle, but I live in one. It's all one giant contradiction, right? Like the pretty mind, ugly parts. You know what I'm saying? I say that because people, they wanna idolize these geniuses, right? Like these creatives and like, you know, these great minds of the earth, right? But as soon as they show signs of the inherent ugliness that like every creative person has, they want to reject them. And that's something that like I felt when I was living in LA, because I was off and I was writing all these fucking corny pop songs for people, you know what I mean? And like I wanted to like take that beauty and just smush it, you know what I mean? Like we had such a beautiful soundscape for Noose, and like the beat, if you hear it, it's all like these gorgeous like stacks and major keys and melodies and everything like that, and I wanted to take it and just fucking I can't draw a perfect circle, but I live in one. It's basically like tying everything together because it's all one contradiction. Like the way that I wrote it in a sense of just like full circle, like one end of the spectrum to another end of the spectrum, like running from the same thing I'm running towards. Before they fall in place, they need to fall apart. It's essentially just one full circle, because really at the end of the day, like everybody lives inside of a circle. You know, it's literally just like life, death. It's a cycle. So clip my wings so far from grace, can't hit the ground, I'm falling up. It's kind of like a contradiction again, in the sense of like, I feel like I'm falling, but I know that I'm on like this upward trajectory in my life, in my career, whatever it may be, but it doesn't feel like it. It's just like, let me fade, I'll drift away, I'm just a candle in the sun. Brings it all together in a sense of like, you know, I'm gonna fade away just like everybody else, like I'm drifting away. It's like candle in the sun, obviously I'm fucking melting. You know I'm a dead man walking, mama had a baby broken too. So I wake up every morning, tie my shoes and tighten up my noose. So pretty much it's like, it's kind of a play on like, you know, that old like nursery rhyme, or I don't know what it was, but it's like mama had a baby and his head popped off. So it's kind of, in a way, similar to that. It's like mama had a baby and he was like broken too. This child was born and it was like already broken from the start type thing, you know what I mean? So like, when I say like mama had a baby broken too, it was kind of just like, I'm split right down the middle and there's like this duality within me. The whole entire project and the whole entire record is one giant contradiction, but it's also like, it has like this sense of duality to it. Not necessarily good and evil, because that's fucking corny. But it's just like the duality in all of us, which is just like the, you know, the good parts and the bad parts, and that's why I called it the ugly parts. Daddy take his drugs, got blackened lungs, I prayed to a God that don't exist. I was in the bathroom eating lunch so the kids at school don't kick my ass, which is like pretty self-explanatory. Mom ain't left her room in days, I'm afraid that she might slit her wrists. So I grew up, got high, got drunk, dropped out, now all my friends are dead. It's very self-explanatory. While I deal with like mental health stuff, like growing up, like my mother is like, you know, she's battled mental illness and like mental health her whole entire life. So that's like something that I saw growing up, and like a legitimate fear that I had and still have, depending on like how things are going. So that's like something that I was candid with for the first time in this song, because I kind of wanted to outline like this broken, you know, childhood, or like this broken experience that I had. I've been waiting on a sign from something greater all my life with a plastic smile. Wonder when my head fell off my neck and shoulders, don't know what to do or where to go now. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, you know. I don't need to explain what like a plastic smile is. It's like fake smile. I wonder when my head fell off my neck and shoulders, don't know what to do or where to go now. It's like not being able to necessarily pinpoint like at what point in time I lost myself, but I'm gone. But also, in order to like find yourself, you need to lose yourself, you know? We completely dropped the beat, because like I wanted this part to be like just extremely fucked up. I was like, you know, what is gonna make people either fall in love with this song or text me and be like, yo, are you okay? Which is like, I'm okay, you know, but I sent it to my boy after I made it, And he called me, he was like, yo, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking great, dude. I just made a killer song. And he's like, no, but like, are you really good? I'm like, fucking yeah, man. He's like, all right, because that second verse was fucked up. I probably died before I wrote the song from an overdose in my childhood room. Reality seems so broken when dreams aren't real, but the nightmares still come true. It's like, you know, relating that back to like probably dying from an overdose is just like, you know, obviously when I was a kid, like I was doing drugs and like I was all fucked up. I'm very sober now, like extremely sober. I overcame that and like I survived somehow. I don't know how, but I never died. But sometimes it feels like I might have died, if that makes sense. Because like all these dreams that I had, like at the time when I wrote the record, it was almost like a coup de grace, because all these dreams that I had seemed as though they were like gone and like washed away, and like it was almost like a swan song, you know what I mean? And like none of those dreams happened, but like the nightmares still happen, you know? And also that's like something that I deal with like in a literal sense. I have like crazy like lucid nightmares and like all sorts of stuff. Like I don't sleep, I have like sleeping thing. It's probably the first time like that I haven't been like talking about myself in a roundabout way on record. You know, like all of these records on this project are like very blunt and like very literal in a sense of like, this is actually me. My last project, I was kind of just like beating around the bush a little bit in a sense. I was kind of making it vast enough so that like it could be relatable to whoever. And like I wanted to be this inspiration, but like I don't want to fucking do that anymore. Like I just want to be myself, you know what I mean? Like this is what I look like, this is what I dress like, this is what I sound like, this is what my story's like, this is how I feel. And I didn't highlight any of that on my last project. I just wanted it to be something that everybody liked. Now I'm making music that I like, and it's just like whatever you like. If you don't like what I like, well fuck you. So that's where I'm at.